Hello, how's it going? My name is Ali Ozdemir, and in this video, I'll be talking about why I'm a great fit, sorry, to be a mortgage loan originator. So, as a mortgage loan originator, we help people through various loan products obtain financing for home purchases because most of the time people don't have three, four, $500,000 in cash to just buy a house outright. So they use different loan programs, FHA, VA, USDA, conventional loans in order to obtain um, their homes, usually forever homes. So with this, there's a wide variety of moving parts and third parties that need to be organized in order to achieve this goal. And it's a lot of problem solving too, because a person may have bad credit, maybe their income is too low, or maybe they have too much debt. So we have to figure out a way to overcome these temporary obstacles and hurdles in order to get them to their final point. So this is a point where collaboration, leadership, and problem solving are very key important factors in this, and communication is key. Okay, so in my personal experience, I've been a loan officer for over a year now, working over at First Home Mortgage. And a lot of people don't really understand what goes on with the home buying process. They think that they have like a rough idea, but it's really much more intensive and detailed than people may first think. Okay, so a lot of times I gotta show leadership because maybe these people have bad credit scores, no income, work history, haven't filed their tax returns, right? So a really big important part of me is we do these classes where we invite a bunch of people that are interested in buying a home, and we talk them through, usually first time home buyers, and we talk them through the whole home buying process, what to expect, what you need in order to get it going, how it looks from the pre-approval stage where you start and see what you can qualify for, all the way through the end, through closing when you officially get the keys at the end of the process. So we teach them financial literacy, what to do, what not to do. And this is very important because a lot of these people, they've been working for years, but they don't really know how to take it to the next step. So we show them and lead them how to take it to the next step. So maybe that includes how to improve in your job, how to ask for a promotion, ask for a raise, how to transition into a different role, how to look for another job, and then leverage that job opportunity at your current employment in order to, make more money if you don't think that you're making a sufficient amount, or if what you're qualified at isn't enough. So, if, for example, if you're qualified at 300,000, but you have a house that you want to buy for 350,000, right? We would help you trying to increase that income so you'd be able to achieve that goal. Or if maybe you have some collections, outstanding student loan debt, of overdue credit cards and stuff like that, we would go ahead and schedule a credit repair. So we would look at your whole credit report and break it down piece by piece and tell you how much things would need to get paid off in order for your credit score to go up to qualify for different loan programs, because different loan programs, they require different credit scores and income and different things like that. And it's very important because these people, it's learning, it's constant education, like how I'm currently a student at Rutgers University, and I'm learning from all these teachings from different professors, different advisors, different classes. It's the same thing in regards to mortgages, because it's a whole different industry. There's so much to learn. So when people transition from developing financial literacy to finally getting ready to buy, we have a whole team in place. So I am the salesperson, I am the front end, I meet directly with the clients, I'm external and internal operations because it's sales. So I'm working directly with the borrower, right? We figure out what kind of property they want to buy, how much money they're looking to spend, how much money they have that they want to put down, where they're trying to buy. Okay, and then after we figure out all those different variables, we pair them with a realtor who would help them search for a house, property, whatever it may be, in regards to those parameters that we've outlined for them financially. So if a person qualified at $300,000, we got to make sure the realtor is not showing them houses at like 400,000 or 500,000, because they're not going to be able to get that. So that's where communication is very key. And we also work with our internal team, our processing team, our assistants, our underwriters, people that help get the necessary documentation in and work on the next steps, because there's various different things: tax returns, W-2s, bank statements. We audit bank statements throughout the whole process. All of the other necessary paperwork. We look at bankruptcies, if there's anything delinquent on with them, pretty much. And I work directly with the realtors, the borrower, with our internal team to make sure that we're getting all the necessary documentation. If there's anything that isn't aligning with what the borrower told us, that we find later on, because we find that sometimes borrowers that unintentionally lie where they believe things to be a certain way, until we start auditing through their career, bank statements, pay stubs, and all that stuff. We find out, that maybe they make a little bit more, maybe they make a little bit less. They say they've been working there for 2 years, but it's actually a year and a half. There's all these different little caveats. So we have to go ahead and work through that, because there's certain guidelines that need to be met, and if they're not met, we create a path for the borrower in order to lead them to that point where they will be met in the soon future or eventually. So regardless of, what the sales are, whether it's mortgages or maybe life insurance or stocks or anything like that, it's all problem solving. People have a problem and they need to solve it. It's not just pure transactional. For example, maybe a person is paying an outrageous amount for rent. And that rent money, instead of paying for rent, they could use it to start paying a mortgage, because the mortgage payment could approximately be the same amount, especially with the rising rental prices in the last few years. And when you pay rent, you're not building any equity into the house. So when you have the mortgage, we maybe the people are paying a lot of money with the rent and they don't really know how to take it in the future, right? So we show them, okay, we can solve that problem via rental. For example, if you're paying $2,000 in rent, it's a lot of money. That's approximately like a mortgage payment, not too far off. Maybe like a couple $100, right? So what we do is, for example, maybe they want to live for free, or start becoming like a landlord or something like that, or start making money with their property. So we take them and we pull them into this opportunity of showing them multifamily properties. For example, like 2, 3, 4 units, right? So one of the units they would live in, the other units they would rent out. So for example, if they want they're paying $2,000 in rent, right? But a mortgage on like a 3-unit property would be about like $2,600, right? It's a lot. It's like $500-$600 more than what they're paying right now. But they're living in one of the units, and then they're going to be renting out the other units. For example, maybe they're making $1,500 on the other units. So the mortgage payment is only like $2,500, but they're collecting $3,000 in rental income from the other units. So in reality, they're living for free, and then they're collecting on top $500 extra that was never there. So that's money that that money that they're expending to rent, they can now keep that and use that towards other things. And a lot of times borrowers don't see it like that, so we have to help them understand and help bring clarity to them that there is indeed solutions to their problems, not just pure transactional. Oh, you want to buy a house? Let's get all this, and then there you go, and let them go on their own. We're holding their hand throughout the whole process and making sure that they're comfortable and understand everything at each step of the way. Why do we do that? It's because you're establishing lifelong relationships, lifelong referrals from this client borrower. So maybe they come to you as a borrower, you help them through this process, you help them well, you help them learn and show them the ways if they wanted to buy a future property in the future, right? And then they'll go ahead and bring you their friends, their family, their spouse, their co-workers, other people like that, and then you can go ahead and show them how it's done, and then you establish this whole network of people that it's more than just a transaction. You're showing them how to build wealth, how to segue to next levels of things, so they don't have to feel like they're stuck, they're complacent. And this, I feel like this is much more important than just being a salesman. And I feel like that is why I'm a great mortgage loan originator, because not only do we help the people by purely just getting them a mortgage, we help them on trying to understand what their plans are for the future and help develop a path in order for them to get there. So I hope that was very informative, and I really appreciate your time and your presence here. And thank you so much. And if you need any help or anything else from me, please let me know. Thank you. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye.